Plympton Podcast.
I'm never giving up on you. I'm never giving up on you. This time I know we're really through. But I'm never giving up on you. I'm never giving up on you. I'm never giving up on you. And now I'm going back to blue. But I'm never giving up on you. I'm never giving up on you.
We might be forgiven for thinking that the title of that song was Never Giving Up, but it is actually called In Another Place, and it's sung by Isaac Elliott. With that, a warm welcome along then to the Plympton Podcast. I'm Andrew Hill, and we're going to be together over the next half an hour or so with some music and features of interest to people living in the Plympton area. Now, this week it's been Thank a Teacher Day. That took place yesterday, in fact, and we've got a few messages for teachers, with people expressing their appreciation for what they've been doing, particularly during this lockdown period. The first comes from the council leader, Tudor Evans.
Hello there. I'd like to thank all the teachers in Plymouth for being absolutely brilliant all of the time. A big, heartfelt thank you from Tudor Evans, the leader of the council.
Sunny Sunday, I was walking on my own. These streets, they're still reminding me of you. There's a girl, I recognize her curly hair, but not the guy that she's walking next to. And suddenly I start to see that you and me are done. How do I know my time is up when he's taking over? Why do I feel this much right now? 'Cause he's taking over. It's never bothered me this much, but he's taking over. It's that I need you by my side. I wish I told you when I still had the chance, but I was too young to feel what's in the air. Yeah. Now sunny Sunday turned to Monday when I saw his arms around your waist and eyes overall. And suddenly I start to see that you and me are gone. How do I know my time is out when he's taking over? Why do I feel this much right now? 'Cause he's taking over. It's never bothered me this much, but he's taking over. I guess that I need you by my side. In this case, we cannot have it both ways. Oh no, 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 no. But I'm too late. Back then I didn't notice that I was in love with you. How do I know
We're on Londonburg and he's taking over. Now, have you seen the flags on Ridgeway? We've got Union flags flying above the shops on the Ridgeway there. So if you've been taking your daily exercise and walking through the Ridgeway, or jogging or cycling as the case may be, if you've been looking up above the windows, you may well have seen a sea of Union flags there. They've been put up to mark the recent 50th anniversary of VE Day, and we thank the members of Plymouth Chamber of Commerce, and particularly Andrew Briggs of Hair by Andrew, who've been instrumental in getting that project underway. Well, as well as the flags going up above the shops in Ridgeway, the Lord Mayor of Plymouth, Councillor Richard Ball, gave an address to the people of Plymouth.
Victory in Europe Day, known here as VE Day, is a day celebrating the formal acceptance by the Allies of World War II of Nazi Germany's unconditional surrender of its armed forces on the 8th of May 1945. It marked the end of the war in Europe. Now, 75 years on in Plymouth, we intended to celebrate that day by holding parades and services on the Hoe and around the city to remember the events of that time. We were therefore very disappointed to have to change our plans due to the coronavirus pandemic. However, we have invited our community in Plymouth to join in and to commemorate this significant anniversary at home instead. It has been wonderful to see so many people getting involved, decorating bunting, trying out wartime recipes, and even learning dances. And although this is a day of celebration and commemoration, it also offers an important opportunity for us to reflect and remember. Plymouth was severely impacted by World War II, and the Blitz between the 6th of July 1940 and the 30th of April 1944, 59 separate raids hit the city. We lost a huge amount, including all the chief public buildings, 26 schools, 8 cinemas, 6 hotels, hundreds of pubs, thousands of homes were destroyed or left uninhabitable. 1,178 civilians lost their lives. We owe a massive debt of gratitude to those that made the ultimate sacrifice, and also those who survived to make Britain a better place in which we all live, rebuilding our cities and bringing peace to our communities. Please take a moment to think of them and show your appreciation. And let us hope that the virus, which is currently sweeping through the world, will be defeated by the combined efforts of all the nations, and that we can return to normality very soon. But for now, stay safe, and thank you for joining us to remember this important anniversary.
Here in our ancient gunnery town, the Plympton Podcast.
Well, you'll be pleased to hear that the tennis courts at Harewood Park are back in use now. There are certain social distancing regulations that have been introduced before you can actually take part, such as games being restricted to 2 people or more if they come from the same family. The sessions, there's a 10-minute gap in between the changeover of one lot of people going in and the other, and you're recommended not to change ends, or if you do, then you should move at opposite sides of the actual court as you change ends. So those are the sort of restrictions that are being put in, but it's nice to hear that the tennis courts are now back in action once again. Let's give a listen now to Sylvia Payton and Be Free.
Don't you wanna be free when you're standing on the edge of time? One word's all I need to relieve you of your rising greed. Don't you wanna be free when your life's turning upside down?
this Thank a Teacher Day, I think it's more important than ever to say thank you to all the incredible teachers across Plymouth. And I think it's really vital to mark the way you've all responded to this extraordinary challenge that we're all facing. And I want to say a special thank you to the teachers at the two schools where I have the privilege of being a governor, Full Primary and Scott Medical and Healthcare College. I know how hard you work, I know how much you do, and I know how much you care. Thank you.
I would just like to take a moment to thank Plymouth teachers for the work that they've been doing to keep our schools open for key workers and for the most vulnerable children, alongside the fantastic efforts they've been making to make sure that our children can be educated at home. Now, I know from my experience with my own children that when you send a video or you send a message praising some work, it can really make a child's day. So thanks for all that you've been doing, and I'm really grateful for your effort.
Tick tock, you're on the clock. Give it all you got. Tick tock, before it's gone for good. Tick tock, this time around, don't lose your sound. Knock knock, lost patience at your door. 'Cause you've been taking every piece of me for granted, and I've grown tired of the way you're wired. You make solutions of illusions, and I try to break up with your delusions. Watch me fly, fly, fly. Tick tock, go turn a page and blow some rage. Tick tock, don't waste it all on tears. Unlock your fantasies, just wait and see. Knock knock, revolutions at your door. 'Cause you've been taking every piece of me for granted, and I've grown tired of the way you're wired. You make solutions of illusions, and I try to break up with your delusions. Watch me fly, fly, fly. You've been taking it all for nothing. You've been taking my love for nothing. Now you've been taking it all for nothing. In return. You've been taking it all for nothing. You've been taking my love for nothing. Now you've been taking it all for nothing. In return. 'Cause you've been taking every piece of me for granted, and I've grown tired of the way you're wired. You make solutions of illusions, and I try to break up with your delusions. Watch me fly, fly, fly.
Ethan Martin and Fly, Fly, Fly. Well, we've been hearing about the flags flying above the shops on Ridgeway. We've also had an address from the Lord Mayor Plymouth marking the 75th anniversary of VE Day. Now, town criers across the country did a cry for peace across the world, and our own Mayflower town crier here in Plymouth, John Pitt, was among those people giving that cry.
Oh, yay! Oh, yay! Citizens, one and all, please join this cry for peace that you now hear from me. Remember the men and women, old and young, who died to make us free. The women left at home did not just sit and wait. They toiled in harsh conditions before dawn to very late. Factories, farms, and other essential jobs, the women were quick at learning. They worked, some died, to keep the home fires burning. As we remember this special day, do not forget that every day somebody needs your aid. Do not put away your poppies, letting your memories fade. Celebrate with the knowledge that VE Day is also a time to remember. Beyond the solemn rites of the 11th of November. Let's thank all those who have gone before with their colours proudly unfurled. Join us as united we say, peace to the world. And God save the Queen.
The Plympton Podcast.
Castle, and it's coming around again. Well, during the lockdown period, you might have got a story you wish to tell. There's a project getting underway called Letters to Plymouth, and here's Donna Maughan to tell us more about it.
Although as a city we are currently separated in a physical sense, we are all united in our communities as we find ourselves adapting and overcoming battles as individuals, organisations and businesses. As we all work together at a distance, we are now discovering life with new social norms. Constant comparisons have been made over the last weeks, and as a city we have responded and overcome some of these unforeseen challenges. But we must remember these as part of our history. As a response to this, Letters to Plymouth has been formed, asking you, the people of Plymouth, to contribute your story to this unprecedented time. So why not tell us your story? It's quite simple, in a letter format, so your voice and experience of this time in lockdown in Plymouth can become part of Plymouth's social history, so that no one is forgotten in the years to come. It's simple to contribute to this project. You can write us a letter, you can write a blog and send it to us, you can write a diary, many diary entries, or you can write a poem, Or maybe you work in a more visual way and send us pictures or an art piece. The only thing we ask you to let us know is what area of Plymouth you are from. So if you want to add your voice to the community of Plymouth for years to come, please send us a letter. The address to send the letters to is Letters to Plymouth, care of 57 Wall Street, Plymouth PL1 4GP, or you can send it via an email to letterstoplymouth@gmail.com. Alternatively, you can check out our Facebook page and send us a direct message through that. I thank you for listening and I hope everyone is keeping well, and I look forward to receiving all of your letters. Thank you.
So that email address again is letterstoplymouth@gmail.com. So if you have a story to tell, then get it typed out and send it over to Donna, or you can also post it at the address she gave earlier. Well, it's congratulations to Emily, a Year 5 student at Glen Park Primary School, because she's had a logo featured on television. Earlier in the year, ITV asked young people across the country to come up with a new design or a new theme on their ITV logo to make it nice and colourful, to sort of say thank you to key workers and so on. And Emily, in Year 5 at Glen Park Primary, came up with the idea of having the 7 colours of the rainbow on the ITV letters, and also writing around the shape of the ITV logo, featuring classes of important people who've been keeping us going during the lockdown period, such as teachers, the armed forces, shop workers, and so on. So well done, Emily, for that. Now, if you're interested in bingo, every Thursday at the moment during the lockdown period, By Design Theatre are holding an online bingo session. If you're on Facebook, you can go to facebook.com/By Design Theatre, so facebook.com/By Design Theatre. There's a whole host there of bingo cards you can download in advance of the game, which begins at 4 o'clock live as a Facebook Live feature every Wednesday afternoon, and I've won it 3 times so far, I must admit, so why not take part as well and try and beat me next time. Right, let's move on with some more music now, and we're going to hear Conditional and Strong Enough to Shine.
High
if you like the game Top Trumps, you might be interested to hear that a new game has been released featuring on key workers. And £1.50 from the sale of each pack of these new Top Trumps will be going towards the NHS. You can find out a lot more about this at winningmoves.co.uk. So winningmoves.co.uk, go across there and it'll tell you a whole lot more about this new edition of Top Trumps, which has been released to mark key workers. And it'll give you some information about how the sort of various different components have been weighted. So if you like playing that game, it sounds as though that's a pack that's worth getting hold of. And if you do so, you'll be raising £1.50 in the process as well towards the NHS. Well, that's it for this edition of the Plympton Podcast. Hope you've enjoyed the music and features that we've had. Until the next time, thanks for listening. We're going to play out with Tim Hurst and Sing, Sing, Sing.
Everybody wanna sing, sing, sing. You're a winner when you sing, sing, sing. I've got a song, you hum along, and we have fun, fun, fun when we're moving to the beat. This kind of song makes you belong to something greater, something that makes you wanna sing. And it gets you in a dancing flow, and moving gets so easy, feeling easy to me. And it makes you kicking out what's slow, and living gets so easy, easy. And again and again and again and again and again and again, I want this flow. Oh, baby. And again and again and again and again and again and again, I play it on. Sing, 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 you gotta sing to believe it. Sing to believe it. Da, 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 da. Sing, 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 if you can sing, you can feel it. Give it, get out, just go for the top. Sing along, everybody wanna sing, sing, sing. Take it on, you're a winner when you sing, sing, sing. They got a song, they hum along, and they have fun, fun, fun when they're moving to the beats. And it gets you in a dancing flow, and moving gets so easy, feeling easy to me. And it makes you kicking up what's slow, and living gets so easy, easy. And again and again and again and again and again and again, I play it on. Sing, 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 you gotta sing to believe it. Sing to believe it. Da, 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 da. Sing, 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 if you can sing, you can feel it. Give it, get out, just go for the top. Sing along, everybody wanna sing, sing, sing. Take it on, you're a winner when you sing, sing, sing. Sing along, everybody wanna sing, sing, sing. Take it on, you're a winner when you sing, sing, sing. Sing along, take it on. Sing, sing, sing now. Get up and just sing now. Sing, 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 you gotta sing to believe it. Sing to believe it. Da, 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 da. Sing, 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 if you can sing, you can feel it. Give it, get out, just go for the top. Sing along, everybody wanna sing, sing, sing. Take it on, you're a winner when you sing, sing, sing. Sing along, everybody wanna sing, sing, sing. Take it on, you're a winner when you sing, sing, sing. Sing along, everybody wanna sing, sing, sing. Take it on, you're a winner when you sing, sing, sing.
The Plympton Podcast.